Love and Marriage DC. Keep in mind, we did do an interview with Winter earlier this week. So if you guys did not catch that, you definitely can catch that over on my channel. It was good. I always like when Winter come through because she just be so open and honest and just say whatever on her mind
Yeah,
and stuff. And she be
she
giving
don't
us
hold back.
tea sometimes without even really giving us tea, so we still know what's going on. But shout out to her. I think the episode was pretty good for the most part. We did see where not quick, Lord have mercy, but the Tylers, they had the family sit down and they pretty much came together to have a sit down with Jamie. I was gonna call him Jalen, Lord have mercy. Jamie, to get him to, do therapy. And I thought it was good for Big Jamie to actually accept accountability and say that they are the reason that he's the way that he is. I was kind of surprised by that, like the daughter was, but I thought it was good. And I think it's good that little Jamie is deciding to go to therapy. What y'all think about it?
Nisi, go first.
You see my face.
What, tell me.
I just they did what needed to be done this episode. I would
Oh, the
say that.
performative.
I think that there is some. I think there's a lot of sincerity with what they displayed to us this episode, but the timing of it makes me feel like, oh, y'all know that y'all are filming this show. If
Mm-hmm.
y'all show y'all asses at the beginning of the season, you're gonna have to clean it up at the end of the season. If you whoop somebody ass at the beginning of the season, you're gonna have to go to therapy at the end of the season. If you tell your son he a bum and he tell you he don't want to live no more, you're gonna have to tell him how much you love him and you gotta go to therapy at the end of the season. And that's what it was given. And also, let's get to the point to he keeps saying all these kids from the 90s is privileged and everything else. And honestly, I think that it was Quick and Ashley who probably told them that y'all are the reason why he is the way he is. So just by him saying that, he's repeating what somebody else told him. Because I bet you on the real, Quick probably had a man to man conversation with him and told him more than just like, hey, I wouldn't do that to my son. He probably sat down and told him, hey, this is how it's gonna look on TV, and this is what I want for you. And he probably could understand from that point of view coming from him. I think Bonnie mentioned last month how Jamie valued the opinion of men. Last week, how Jamie valued the opinion of men more than women. So it's just given very much like y'all knew what the next step was in this 2023 reality TV scene.
I would
Mm.
also like to point out the fact that you went to therapy, but yet you are still online arguing with people about the shit that they were saying. And the shit that they were saying is the exact same shit that they were saying in therapy. So if you know it's true, why are you still
Mm.
online arguing with people about it? Lil Jamie is doing it too. Lil Jamie is online acting like everybody is crazy and we don't know their life and all of this shit. We was right enough because we've been saying that y'all needed therapy since last season. And y'all are now deciding it to take that advice, but then y'all still getting online arguing with people about these exact same points that are being made about Jamie having anger issues and not taking accountability. And even though you're saying you're taking accountability, there was something about them in therapy that looked like two badass little boys in a principal's office. I don't want to be here. I'm getting punished right now,
It's the
and I'm gonna
posture.
do what I
They're
need to.
both down
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's the
Down here.
posture. I don't really want to be here. I'm mad I'm here, but I know I gotta be here, so I'm gonna do it. And like I said, I mean, well, like Nisi said, I do feel like the emotion of loving each other is real, wanting to
Mm-hmm.
protect each other from the outsiders. You know what I'm saying? All of that is real. But essentially, I feel like y'all are playing in our faces a bit because I don't know if any real changes will be made. I,
Mm.
I don't know if they went to therapy again. That's nothing. Let me tell you something that bothered me. When Lil Jamie said, I don't think I need to talk to somebody. I don't think I need a psychiatrist. And this is when I would be like, so you don't think that telling us you want to commit suicide means you should go and talk to somebody? So what exactly do you think that means then? What do you think should happen if you
Mm.
keep telling us you want to kill
Mm.
yourself? Then what?
Mm.
Like when he said
Mm.
that, that pissed me off. I was like, so what do you think should happen here, Lil Jamie? Let me know.
It
Mm.
made me go, see, that's that shit your daddy talking about. Like,
Hmm.
it made me say that's why your daddy was. I'm not saying any parent should ever call bluff, okay? But the way he was like, "Now I don't need to see nobody," made me feel like that's why your daddy calling bluff. Because low key, if we think about how he is with Irina, I feel like he intentionally was telling Irina that stuff, crying out
To
for
make her
help
feel
from her.
bad.
Yes.
But at the same time, I think he does feel that way. I don't think he will actually do it, but I do think he feels that way. Like I understand, you know why? Me and on my podcast, me and Renata were talking about this, and she said this, and I had never heard anybody say it like this, but I understood what she meant. I wanted
Yeah.
to unalive myself out of spite. And I'm like, that's still depression. You know what I'm saying? But
Say that
yeah,
again.
you want to do it out of spite to hurt the people that
Mm,
you feel like act like you don't matter, act like they don't care about you. You the bad seed. Then if I wasn't here, then y'all would miss me. Then y'all would be hurting behind me if I wasn't
exactly.
here. You know what I'm saying? But essentially,
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh, Big Jamie was right. I don't think Big Jamie was right. I don't, because the reason why Lil Jamie doesn't feel like he doesn't need help is because Big Jamie don't think that he need help. I don't know if y'all paid
Mm.
attention, but that attitude of, yeah, I might be fucked up, but I don't need no help. Where you think he get that from?
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, he just being rebellious because he
Mhm.
doesn't like his dad's authority. It's like, don't tell me to, like, nah, I'm not doing anything. I want to make it harder for you since you don't know how to talk to me. You be disrespectful for me. I mean, to me. Then everything you tell me, I'm gonna go against it.
And he gave him an
So that's just, I think
ultimatum.
he's just being that.
That was another
Hmm.
thing. When in that moment, when he was like, "Well, this what we gonna do. If you don't go talk to a doctor, then I'm changing the address. You could leave, and you can just go stay by your girlfriend from
Go
now on."
stay
And he
with
was
her.
still being
Hmm.
petty in that moment because he's still mad that little Jamie said his girlfriend the only one that hold him down. So he was like, "Well, you can go stay with her ass then, and or you can go to therapy." And I feel like even the way he did that, it that wasn't the right way to
Absolutely.
do it, because what did little Jamie do? He ran off, and then you had to come back to him and say, "Listen, I need help too." You should have came at him like that from the
Right.
beginning, and that would have been sincere. But that's not really how you feel. You feel like he need to hurry up and get his shit together so he can stop making y'all look bad. That's how you really
Mm.
feel.
Mm.
I can see that. Yeah. Jamie know he need a whole lot of therapy because I just don't understand how he didn't know. I just don't understand how he didn't know that the second approach was going to be the better way to approach his child. Like as
Yeah.
rebellious as he's been with you over all these years, like how you don't know how to approach conversations and situations with your kid. So when y'all talk about performative, because we kind of talked about this earlier this week, that's what it gives when you say that stupid talking about some, or you can go and pack your stuff up and you can go live by her.
Mm-hmm.
I have no doubt that you mean what you're saying, but also you being extra because the cameras or something is around. It's just
And
stupid.
because you want to
Let's
bully
talk
him.
about
I mean,
all day. That's crazy because people talk about like your parents being like your first bully,
bruh,
Mm-hmm.
real
and
thing.
that's what it gives.
And I really do feel like, for instance, when they were in that hallway, that was, don't chest up to me, don't play with me in front of these fucking cameras, boy, I'll kill you in here. Like that was the vibe it was given. Like you could talk crazy when we ain't in front of nobody, but don't talk like that in front of these, these cameras
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. See what's wrong with you? That was,
Mm.
don't play with me like that, because boy, you a child and I'm a man. Don't play with me like that. And
You
And
know
I
that's
what?
why he
This
always
is
gonna
true.
be a Lil Jamie with his grown ass.
let me
Right.
talk to the little fella.
That irritates me
Oh, that
Little
irked
so
my
fella.
much.
soul.
It's like you can come to your own son's event, be disrespectful, start all of this bullshit. And then when your son is upset, tell him he can't respond and he shouldn't have to snap on, like he can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That shit, yeah, it's
and
antagonistic.
Irena says nothing. She says nothing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's
She don't
tried
want
and
to get
she
a,
can't get through to him, or
y'all see what
mm-mm.
she be, because she don't want,
Hey,
in the
hey, did
melee.
y'all think so y'all know Irena said that Big Jamie is like the side, right? It's like her side piece. So
Mhm.
it
Oh,
does make me, it ain't none of
oh.
our business. It does make me wonder about the dynamic of her relationship with her daughter's dad because she sees Jamie as her dad, and it's like this man potentially broke up your mama and your daddy. Is how because I don't have all the details. That's how I'm looking at it. So I'm like, I
Ooh, and then he
wonder,
was
does
a
she
cop.
have any resentment or feel any
I
way
don't
about,
think
or
he
what was
broke
the
up the mama and the
dynamic?
daddy. Honestly, it's something about Irina. Well, it's not even that it's something. I think she explained it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she say when that medium came last season that she grew up in a household of like abuse? I don't know if it was physical or anything, but didn't she say
Mhm.
that?
Something similar,
I
but
don't
that like
remember. She probably did.
her
It was something,
perfectionism comes from having to be perfect. I remember that specifically.
right? Maybe I'm just getting a feeling, but I feel like the daughter probably feel like Jamie saved them because he's a police
Mm.
officer. So whatever situation that the mama was
Ooh.
in was worse than the situation with Jamie, I can imagine. Because if you
Ooh, what if
tolerate
it
Jamie
Mm.
and you think
was?
it's not that bad, you were with somebody worse.
And listen, y'all, I keep
Mm.
saying that they are very similar to my people, which is why I can recognize a lot of these things because like literally that's the story. Because
Shirley.
you was with somebody that was way worse before, you have a similar personality here because one is more controlled, one is a functioning alcoholic and can handle their shit a little bit better. You feel like you've done better, but essentially you still got with somebody that was abusive to you in one way or another. And so when I
Mm-hmm.
see Arena, like I do feel like her relationship with Jamie is very similar to that. Even if that man never put his hands on her, you can tell he the type of man that when he get drunk to talk to you crazy and then talk to you crazy in front of your kids and make you feel stupid. Like you can just already tell. That's why she don't say a lot. That's why, if y'all notice the way
Hmm.
Arena talk, it's like she got to get the confidence. Like she got to build herself up to actually say whatever it is that she really wants to say. As much as everybody see, I think the way she be acting with everybody is because you can't act that way with him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like you see the women who, be in tumultuous relationships with their men and they don't have all that energy towards their men. But they'll have all of this extra shit with other women and stuff like that. You'd be like, bitch, I wish you had some of that aggression with that nigga going upside your head, but I'm gonna leave you alone.
It reminds me
Mm.
of Cynthia Bailey. And when Cynthia Bailey explained how her mother was in an abusive relationship for years and she grew up in that household, it explains to me why Cynthia operates the way she does. And that's what I see in Arena and how she even hides behind her friendships, like with Ashley.
Mm.
Like she had to get an okay last season from Ashley to even admit that she had a one on one come to Jesus with
Winter.
Winter.
Hmm.
So just that,
Mm.
like,
She's that type of
sidekick
personality.
because of what she's been through. I feel
Yes,
like
absolutely. She's the
Mm-hmm.
personality that when a stronger one is next to her, she's gonna acquiesce and, want to check to see if it's okay with them for her to. And that's how you can tell what's going on with her and Jamie. I mean, but I'll never forget last season when Jamie grabbed her face to make her stop talking and everybody act like that wasn't a big deal. And I was just like, okay,
Mm.
okay.
mhm.
Mm. Mm. Barry, sing.
Like,
So Sherelle, it's not funny, but it's funny. It's not funny, but it's funny. Sherelle links up with Joy. And she links up with Joy, which was interesting because Joy immediately led the conversation by saying that she ain't got no issue with her.
Right.
But you blocked her already on all social media platforms or whatever the case was. Um, what else? So then, yeah, Joy says that she had no issue with her. I just wanted to know, based on Sherelle's energy, did y'all feel like Joy was kind of feeling punked out and was
yes.
like, I ain't got no issue with you, girl, or if it was that she just didn't want to be there and
Nah,
she was
she was
just like,
punked. I feel maybe a little bit of both. Maybe you really don't want to be on a reality show and Clifton is making you do it. And also maybe you did punk out because you ain't want to have to deal with fighting Sherelle in real life because apparently Sherelle and them, based off of Winter said these, the girls like to tussle. She said in real life it would have been handled in real life, which tells me
Hmm.
Sherelle likes to tussle in
mm-hmm,
real life. And I think Joy was like, I ain't about to fight
very,
this big
yeah.
ass bitch. So I'ma just tell her that Arena said the wrong words. And I wish she wouldn't have done that. I wish she would have said, look, big ass bitch, I ain't about to fight you, but I said what the fuck I said. Instead of
Right.
making it seem like Arena told a story wrong, which is exactly I
Like
feel
she
like,
she does. That's her thing.
yeah, yeah.
In my opinion, though, I feel like Sherelle didn't want that problem either. Like,
She switched
just
over
because,
quickly.
yes, you
Hmm.
switched over way too quickly. You knew very well before you even talked to Irina that Joy was not fucking with your husband because your husband gave you the background. What difference did it make if she said shady or not? Potato, potato. Like it don't fucking matter. You knew. Neither one of them wanted them problems. And I think it came from like them not having the confidence to like make a scene with both of them
Mm.
being new on TV for the first time and they tell y'all to sit down and neither one of y'all really want to make a scene. So it just feels much easier to be like, oh, well, I didn't say shady, or oh, I don't have a problem with you, but I did beef with your husband. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it was a misunderstanding. And then you wait to get in front of the big group where you do have people who can make a scene and it happens there. I think it's a couple dynamics, but to me, neither one of them really wanted them problems.
That's interesting. I for me, it makes me think Shirelle wanted an issue with Irina for some reason, and I'm trying to figure out what could have happened because she was so quick to shift to be like, okay,
Trying to have a
I'll go back
moment.
and address that with Irina. So I'm like, well, what was it? Because
She
y'all
wants
was
to be in this photo. She wants to be in this
maybe
photo.
that's what it is. Maybe that's I don't know,
I think
but
so. I
that's
think
what
she
it
was
seemed
trying to be
like.
seen. I think her and the Alicia girl, like both of the people that they added to the cast, I think are trying to make sure that they solidify their spot and they make a splash. It's their first season on the show where we barely care about the people from the
Mm-hmm.
first season. So now they bringing on extra people, and I also feel like they are probably bucking up their people to act the fool and do the most so that they don't have to focus on them. So honestly, I feel like Sherelle was just trying to have a moment. I also feel like maybe she feels like in order to make a splash, you got to get into it with one of the main people on the show, and she can't get into it with Ashley. That's her friend. So it makes more
Mm-hmm.
sense to get into it with Arena.
With Irina.
Yeah.
Because she's one of the bigger people. Okay. Did we talk about the therapy session? Did we care to talk about that? Little Jamie,
Um,
big Jamie.
did we not? I feel like we kind of already
Yeah.
We
covered
kind of
it.
went through it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just realized we
Um,
hadn't got to Real Housewives of Potomac yet, and I got excited.
you what?
I realized I was like, oh, we still got to do Real Housewives of Potomac, and then I got excited.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
It was me.
yeah. It's nothing else to really say about Love and Marriage DC. I just really, I mean, I mean, we saw Sherelle
Winter.
come back and what happened with Winter?
I mean,
Oh,
just that she's
she wants to
inviting them
invite
to
them.
her event, and I still am like, but why?
I
Do
think she gonna
y'all?
be singing Gutter Barbies. I feel like she got a whole
Um,
hidden thing, and that's what she plans on doing. And she gonna
Mm.
sing that Gutter Barbie song, reveal that to them, and get that. I think she's doing things to get a reaction out of them.
Yeah.
and she
I
did say, I'm not saying I didn't start no messing season. She did say that.
yeah.
Listen, I think Winter knows that she's messy, but I think she has her like limit to how messy she's willing to go. And I
Hmm.
also think her personality is perfect for reality TV. She just needs a good cast to be on the show with. Like, honestly, I feel
Right.
like Winter would be a really great housewife because she can
Yeah.
have these very quick, quippy, arguments with people. So
She
I
would be
just,
who Phaedra was trying to make us think she
Let me
was.
say this. I don't like that Winter really did not have a friend on this show. Now that I think about it, because I mean, Ashley damn near got two friends on the show, really. Which is
mhm,
sure. I feel like
Yeah.
Sherelle's more of a
Shirelle and
friend to
Alicia.
Ashley than Winter because she
Mhm.
wanted to tell her about the Gutter Barbies, and then Alicia. So I'm like, Winter's the person that's not liked on the show. All the other two ladies have husbands, so why couldn't Winter be a person to bring somebody on the show that was gonna have her back? She came on there. I mean, at some point she did say, "I believe we'll see her guy at some point," but it would have been nice for her to bring a friend.
I feel like if she wanted to, they probably would have made it hard for her. That's something that makes me feel like the producers wanted Winter to be on her own. I think they wanted her to have to fend for herself like she did last
Yes,
season.
that. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right. They want
I
to make her
have to
seem like the
say,
bad guy.
the
Hmm.
fact that the cast photo is just an edit of last year's cast photo without Monique is giving a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of, I don't know, let's not even waste no budget on another photo shoot because without Monique, I
They
don't know if it's
did.
going to be a third. I
But you
haven't
know
seen her
what? That's
do
a good point. Now you
I
made a good
haven't seen
point
her do
though.
cast photo like
No,
Like
they did a
they
cast
did.
photo. They did the photo, but they didn't do a new intro
They didn't do a. Oh, that's what it is.
because this is
Okay.
from them filming the
Hmm. But
intro.
I think Lisa got a
Yeah.
point. I feel like they did this on their own. I think Carlos and them did this. What Nisi's talking about.
Yes,
But
but the
this one,
girls
I
went
feel
and did
like he
this.
didn't do this. Yes, I think the girls did what Real Housewives did. So I think Nisi still has a point
Mm,
with that. Like they didn't.
Because this ain't for the. This isn't in the usual scale that you see TV promo. It is like
Yes,
the scale is
correct.
given Instagram.
mm-hmm.
Yes,
Even though I
and
love it.
then they don't even have this up and down image with
Right. They
all
don't
of
have
them
a
on it. The
or
new
the
one.
men.
Mm-mm.
Where are
So
the men? The men didn't have black suits on
Right.
anywhere.
The men weren't in any of the. Okay. Yep.
correct.
That's what it
Oh
was.
no, what if
Hmm.
Carlos did tell them to do this so that he can create that housewife effect? We were just talking about how we feel like he's reviewing the shit out of housewives content so that y'all will eventually have his content and housewives content on the same level in your mind, even though he doesn't even talk about his own content as much as he talks about the housewives content. But you know.
Mm.
Mm.